It's a good win. There's a lot of people. It's like Woodstock, except everybody's got their clothes on.
It's a little mustache.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Coach, Minshew Mania, the mustache sensation has taken over Pullman and much of the country. How can you describe what he has meant to this team?
Well, I don't know. I don't even think he had a mustache when I recruited him. I don't recall. And then he's got more than a mustache, too, and I don't know why everybody only notices his. A lot of these kids have mustaches. Anyway.
And now you do, too. You're rocking it.
No, I do, too. All right.
4 teams for a playoff, somehow establishes something, and that's a very clever approach. I mean, that's such a brilliant approach. That's why everybody does it that way. Nobody does it that way. I mean, if we were so smart, wouldn't all the other sports say, I know what, let's have a committee, because why not? Because, we're American, we love committees. Let's get us a committee. Well, who should be on the committee? Well, I don't know. This guy's a good guy. Let's have him on the committee. Well, there's people on the committee that don't even have remote associations with football, nor have they at any level other than being a fan. But you know what? Let's have them on a committee. Why not? And then, it'd be fun. We'd go to that resort. We could talk. We could hang out at dinner. And then we'll decide which 4 teams should go. Because you know why? We don't need to solve this on the field. Because we're the ones that know. And then, if we're going to do it that way, we should just ask them at the beginning of the season, just go ahead and you guys vote on it, figure out 1, 2, 3, and 4, and why even have the games? To me, it's not a playoff. There's nothing playoff about it. And this is even if we make it. Even if we make it, my thoughts don't change. How can you call it a playoff when there's 4 teams? Conference champions don't even necessarily make the playoffs. See, I'm going to get my grandkids one of these things so that they can, my daughter and her husband, they need to hear this because I went through years of random noises and rambunctiousness and broken toys and broken glass. Somebody said that in passing, one of the, I hate cats, somebody really hates cats. And I've never figured that one out. And a credit to cats, the ability to generate that much animosity, And I'm not sure how close of a relationship some of these people are planning to have with a cat or why they would value the opinion of a cat or their perceived opinion of a cat. I'm indifferent about cats, but I've never understood how a cat can accelerate that much animosity. To me, it's just a cat.
First of all, what kind of mythical powers does a sun devil have? We got to consider that. I'm going to say the Wildcat's out. The Trojan, does he have a horse or is he on foot? Does he have a bow and arrow or just his sword? The Bruin, definitely formidable. Another bear up there at Cal. The tree, I imagine that tree's going to get chopped down. Unless we're going to go with a bird and somebody might get pecked or something, I don't know. And then the duck might lose interest and just fly away and get out of there, which may be good advice under the circumstances. The husky, no chance. The beaver, we'll see how long that beaver can hold his breath. The ute, again, we're back to, is he on horseback? Does he have a bow and arrow? Did he trade for a rifle? Because if that ute's got a rifle, there's some definite problems. And then, you'd have to get one of those Harry Potter activists to read up on how you kill a sun devil because there's a lot of outside stuff there. Just as far as a beast alone, a buffalo's going to be pretty hard to tangle with. I mean, a buffalo's utterly outstanding. Well, but Butch is going to have to be clear-minded and crafty. I mean, Butch will find a way. There's no question. The Cougar will find a way. Clear-minded and crafty, a combination of stay out of harm's way and attack when you get your chances.
Corn. What's your favorite Halloween
Candy
game?
corn. I mean, I completely hate candy corn. When I was a kid, well, gummy bears. Let's see. Gummy bears for sure.
Sour or regular?
The Haribo. It's got to be the Haribo ones. And then the other thing I like is when they used to have the sprees in a box. Outstanding. You have to go to the dollar store to find it, but I do. And then the latest, you know, there's still candy innovation, although a while back I found that Europe had better candy than we did overall because they have gummy everything. And then, you know, they have those Nerds clusters, which is new.
The gummy.
Yeah, which is good. The Nerds clusters is good. And then if you go chocolate, probably Almond Joy.
Love it. Hopefully you'll get some of that next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
You think it deserves a second chance?
No, I do not. I do not. That's been carefully researched since I was a child, starting at approximately, I'm going to say 3. And although it did have some brighter points in my life, in particular when I was young, you know, the type of thing where it gets all over your hands and your face. Before long, though, I realized that that was a grave error and there was far better paths ahead than candy corn. So, yeah, I have no interest. It's one of those items that, you know, there's a reason they serve it basically once a year. Because, I mean, as far as around the country, I mean, for the A&M fans are truly committed. So it's always great to play in front of people that, you know, where they feel like it's very important. What's happening is very important to them. And of course, Kyle Field's a great place to play and always an exciting place to play. And it's just a great challenge to go play at Texas A&M. And of course, they hated us for years. I never felt like I really hated them. I'm sure they hated me, but which was fine because your liking me is not mutually exclusive to me liking you. You know, if anything, maybe it helps. And then. No, it was. They were great games, and it was fun. And it was fun to play Texas A&M, and what a great setting to play. And yeah, no, they were intense games, and it was always.
You've been speaking to the officials all night. What's your reaction to some of those calls in the first half?
What's your reaction? You're watching the same game I am. I think you ought to comment on it, positive or negatively, whatever's running through your mind.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Sean,
She's going to lose her mind. Your mother-in-law is going to lose her mind. Your mom is going to lose her mind. Several of your sisters and female relatives are going to lose their mind, and they're going to barrage you with constant questions. What should we wear? And then, which of course my answer was I don't care. And then, what color should the invitations be? I don't care. What should we have for dessert? I don't care. Should we seat this way or that way? I don't care. But see, I don't care is not satisfactory at all. And you're going to get caught in a catch-22, and I'm certain that you already have. And that catch-22 is, well, I want you to be a part of this too. So what color invitations? All right, the blue ones. Well, I kind of like the tan ones. Okay, the tan ones then. Oh, you're just saying that because you want this over with. You're not even thinking about it, which is of course true. What do you want for dessert? I was thinking of strawberry shortcake. Oh, okay. Yeah, strawberry shortcake would be good. Well, what about the blueberry pie? Well, I like the blueberry pie. We could have the blueberry pie. Well, I thought you said you wanted the strawberry shortcake. And it's just going to go back and forth, and they're going to play keep away from you until after you're married. There's no answer you can give that is going to be satisfactory or correct. And if you successfully please a few of them, the others will still be, oh, well, I just don't feel like he's that interested. Yeah, okay, so you need to work late, go in the back room and read a lot of books, take the groomsmen out so you make sure that they march in just right and they know exactly, these swell
outfits that you picked out or whatever, however you're doing it. And in the end, you'll wish you eloped. You need to find excuses that they'll buy.
Mike, Brandon let me know that you're now 9-4 against Texas A&M. You've won your last 2 games against the Aggies. Do you feel like you kind of have A&M's number a little bit?
I don't know. I hope so. Well, I thought it was 10-3, but
Got your coffee. It is early. How do you take your coffee? What's the best way to take your coffee?
Well, coffee tastes terrible anyway, so don't put anything in it to obstruct the harsh, bitter taste, and just put it down one sip at a time, you know.
So it's just all about the effect, the taste. It's not about the experience at all. It's about the outcome.
No, the experience.
It's on weddings. I'm in the middle of planning one right now. Do you have any advice for me?
Who are you marrying?
His name is Trevor.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll have to just set up a meeting and I'll talk to him. Okay, so where's Trevor from?
He's from Florida.
What does Trevor do for a living?
He works in sports as well, covers football.
He does what?
He covers football as well.
Really? Well, I don't know. We'll keep a close eye on it, but whatever you and Trevor decide, I would kind of keep it on the down low, which you failed to do that. Trevor was probably planning to, but you didn't. So go ahead and don't say anything else about it, but as soon as the season's over, or even an off week, go elope. Trust me on that. Go elope. Because basically every female in the family is going to terrorize you guys until it's over. Once it's over, I mean, they'll be upset for a few days, but it'll be over. And then, you know, you cruise along, have a happy marriage, have a happy life.
I'll pass along the message. Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Trevor, unless he's crazy, is totally on my side. And trust me on this. If Trevor doesn't have the sense to do that, tell him to call me, because, I mean, he needs to do trust. I've told all my kids, I'll give you $10,000 extra if you elope. So far, they haven't done it, but I would.
Kind of say to your guys to kind of, you know, help address that and help them, you know, be less like that than what you mentioned?
so you think there was a sentence or two that wasn't said last week? I mean, left out a phrase maybe, a couple words, maybe a key adjective here or there. No, I think it's a little more complex than that.
With the struggles on extra points, have you considered, going for 2 here on out, or is that not something?
Yes, I have, and I've considered kicking some of them myself.
Particularly secretive guy. With all due respect to those of you who do this, I never do this. I never talk here because, they might read my lips. I've never met a lip reader, but evidently there's a lot of them out there because all these coaches cover their mouth, and despite the fact that during spring and in camp, they go ahead and call plays with their teams and run plays with their teams. Somehow the other team they're about to play is a lot smarter. And so the lip reader is going to immediately get the message of what you said in your terminology, which could be very different than the other guys. But in your terminology, it's like the magic bullet, okay? And then he is somehow going to tell, say, the defensive coordinator on the other team, what you called, who's thereby going to get it to the play caller, who then clearly, without any error whatsoever, is going to convey that to 10 other players, and then they're going to execute with precision, immediately pouncing on whatever it is you just called. Okay, so if you want to know about that, you're going to have to ask somebody else.
Instead of playing hard and getting a first down and getting a play, then, you want to sit behind a shade tree, eat a fish sandwich, and drink a lemonade with your fat little girlfriend. And I'm genuinely fearful that on our team, if me and the other coaches don't get them right, that about a generation from now, their kids and their grandkids won't have hands, because, from a lack of use, those hands just disappear. I mean, and maybe they'll be like this, like those dinosaur hands like this are, you see. And you know, you got like a Tyrannosaurus Rex who's clearly good at eating things, big old jaws and all that stuff, fairly athletic, can run. Well, his hands are like this. And you know, and I think we took a very, very, very big step as a team, which we have to correct this. We have to correct this because, you know, I think that in the end that it's going to be best for all these guys that they have good hand development and that they don't evolve to where they don't have hands. Okay, which I think I said it last year. Operation Odessa, that documentary, you need to watch that, about these international criminals that try to buy a submarine for Pablo Escobar. That's worth watching.